Chair, firstly, we must put this state of disaster in context. The crisis we are in didn't start yesterday or a year or two ago. This is a crisis of 16 years. We started with load shedding in 2007. In 2015, there was even a war room against load shedding established by the former President Zuma, where the present president was in charge. So what we are dealing here is that we are dealing with a disaster created by the government itself. Now, Honourable Chair, you cannot allow and you cannot solve a disaster by the same people who created the disaster to expect them to solve the disaster. Therefore, the ANC government just won't be able to solve this problem. And the proof of that, Honourable Chair, is also the fact that on the 9th of February, the President declared a state of disaster. Now, a state of disaster is there to act swiftly and to deal with the disaster to solve it. We waited almost 21 days before the regulations were proclaimed. And it is only a broad framework, and still we wait for the directors of the different departments who have to deal with this matter. So there is no urgency from the government to deal with this disaster. If they did have that urgency, they wouldn't have waited so long. The fact of the matter is also there is proof that the government cannot deal with disasters. From 2018 to 2020, we had a national disaster in terms of drought. The ANC government couldn't solve the problem and couldn't ensure that the appropriate monies reach those people they're supposed to reach. Therefore, you cannot trust the ANC government with a disaster, especially a disaster created by themselves. And the reason is also that we have proof that the disasters are only misused for stealing taxpayers' money. And we can go back to the COVID-19 state of disaster. The President then also said that the Treasury with the Auditor General will ensure that there is no corruption. But in the end, we had billions of rands stolen from taxpayers. Die ANC beskik eenvoudig nie oor die vermoë om 'n ramptoestand te kan hanteer nie. Die groot ramp in Suid-Afrika is juis die ANC regering. En hulle moet eers hulle eie ramptoestand moet hulle oplos alvorens hulle die elektrisiteitsramptoestand kan oplos. There must be no doubt that the only way to solve this disaster is that there must be a change in government. Therefore, it is for the electorate to solve this disaster by voting the ANC out of government next year.